My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Darkest Dungeon 2! Let's enter the sprawl with our deeply envious party. We've got our leper, Dyla, who is capable of taking as much damage as the enemies are capable of dealing out and dealing it right back to them, courtesy of
Behold,
their
the great cities of man,
sharpened armor.
ruined and aflame.
Alright, with as much scouting as I have at... Ooh, I see a hospital. I see two hospitals. Annoyingly, if I take any of the left paths at this point, I immediately remove my ability to visit either of those hospitals. Because everything would lead to this, unfortunately. Yeah, so
We venture
keep the dream
blindly
alive.
forth, at the mercy of the road and its myriad dangers.
We pick up a little bit of loathing along the road. It's okay, the other road would have given us loathing too. I accept you, we all do, says Disneymer. Oh, I love when they have low stress and they're all cozy buddy-buddy with one another. I can get a book, which would replace one of the pieces of equipment that I have on the wagon. I don't really like the idea of replacing any of that. Eloise says, fine craftsmanship, likely hiding finer things within. In doing so, they should try and give us a oh, they do.
An artifact of unparalleled power.
Yeah. It's a bloodied branch for critting and poison and bleed damage on Abattoth. We're not doing it. Now, I don't have to go to this hospital. And it's important to note that, because I would also like to get more money before going to a hospital. So going to this hospital when I have... what? Yeah, only enough money to get rid of, like, one disease doesn't really make sense to me when there is a later one that I could go to. So that means that I want to go to this question mark and then cut back in for the resistance encounter. A little bit of loathing reduction there too, good. A road fight as well, love to see those. Hopefully it's a road fight along this way too. And it is! Yay!
Once she had a sliver of decency. Now only greed.
Oh! It's the antiquarian! Hello, antiquarian, it's good to see you. I didn't look at people's abilities! Ah! I don't have access to hit. Oh, God. You know what, screw it. Let me yawp at their front line. One of them dodged, the other one got 2 weak stacks at least, and then failed to strike either of my targets.
Hold fast.
Never mind, it was more than made up for by the following critting me. I'm gonna roll revenge on Dyla right now. This is gonna be pretty important that they manage to kill targets. However, I'm not gonna let you bleed forever. Thankfully, that dagger ignores guard. Unfortunately, it also ignored the enemy. Blade grenade can hit their back line at least. Oh, never mind. I can bleed.
A master
17!
stroke.
Oh, huge damage. Didn't manage to break the enemy's armor. Did lose my blindness at least. Antiquarian demands another target on the field, protects her, and then rolls invigorating vapors. Please. Oh, thankfully that's not health. Finishing blow, yes, that was to be expected. Please stop critting while I'm fighting. I would love to take out the antiquarian. God, it'd be so good. Oh, preventing all these buffs coming out. Oh, it'd be great. Alas, not possible. Try and roll bleed out, I guess. And it does manage to bleed, thankfully. Get that target to death's door. Not the death's door, not an actual version of it. Just near enough that without any death blow resist, they will immediately die. I'd love to clear a corpse right now. Start trying to make some space. Guy has dodge tokens and block tokens out wazoo. Oh, misses the mark activated. There goes another one of your dodge tokens. Unfortunately, I missed, so I didn't even get to the enemy's block token there. They demand protection, and then use some flash powder to blind and daze. Will you all stop ruining my party? Please? Dead of Night claims another corpse. Again, I fail to bleed out due to blindness. Finally, I can actually hit you with Break. Unfortunately, I was immediately blinded after having done so. But it did open up the opportunity to kill. Hello, Antiquarian. I'm sorry, Antiquarian. But this is how it's gotta be. I claim one more corpse in order to give my Hellion the ability to try and bleed the target. Gonna use Reflection to give my Leopard the ability to actually hit the target as well as remove some of their stress. Nervous Stab gives them a Dodge Plus token. Does some damage as well. Pretty large amount of damage, admittedly. Thump. Yeah, I think I am supposed to work through all of her team effectively before trying to fight her. Especially given her health is significantly higher than theirs. Rolls another Nervous Stab. Even less stress on my party, thank you.
Mistimed. Misdirected.
Oh, come on. Lead! Oh, of course, they have a Death's Door. That makes sense, being a former hero and all. Nice.
Cut down these nightmares and blaze the trail to your redemption.
Oh. Celebrated Chalice. If relics in inventory are above 50, you get 4 speed. If baubles in your inventory are above 50, you get 10% crit. Those are big numbers. That'd matter a lot to you. So my relics are too low, but my baubles are high enough that I do have the 10% extra crit here. Disney is going to be doing a lot of critting with the old incision. Just imagine starting a surgery. Nurse, scalpel. Oh no, it's a critical incision. They're dead. Oh god, there's nothing we can do with this patient. I really gotta find a way to reduce my crit chance. Echoes of the past. Ah, Avatov, I'll find my courage and my honor. Love to hear it. Disnamir, why don't you tell me what else has happened in your life?
Chapter 3. Extra credit. By the second semester, her research was at a critical point, and regular supply raids of the university laboratories had become necessary. During one such expedition, she stumbled upon her professor, awkwardly slumped over his podium, a bloody kerchief on the floor. Here, then, was her ideal cadaver, her long-awaited opportunity, and she would not waste it.
Oh, I wouldn't have expected you to. Indiscriminate science. Oh, from any of the back three positions, we can target any of our positions. The target has to be on negative 50% HP. However, it heals them 10% by base and an additional 10% for each positive token that they have. However, it also then removes all positive tokens. So it's something to use at the very, very end of a fight just before you leave? What's its upgrade? That's cool. Indiscriminate Science's upgrade allows it to also heal extra per negative token and remove all negative tokens. Now, it's worth noting again that unfortunately, Winded, I don't believe, counts as a negative token. I think the only things that count as negative tokens are Daze, Stun, Blind, Weaken, Vulnerable, Chosen Target, Taunt, and Immobilize.
Think carefully. Today's oversight is tomorrow's regret.
I always knew I was going to go for this resistance encounter. Okay, Abatov. Ooh, again, I need to look at what my party has tagged. Oops. Drop Bleed Out for Iron Swan, definitely, but then suddenly it's very difficult for me to attack the enemies. Oh, man. I can't believe If It Bleed got locked in. I guess I'm gonna do a lot of yawping with the... God, Hellion, it doesn't feel like you're best utilized like that right now. Alright. Let's get an extra bandage. How's our light doing? 70? Reasonable, I think. Maybe I don't need to pop Glimmers of Hope constantly in the start of the party here. Raucous Revelry would be negative stress on self, negative 2 stress specifically as well. Unfortunately, it does give Winded, but it's also worth noting I am going to get Winded regardless. I'm going to Yawp at him. Get weakened. I'll try and slice open the Urchin. Ooh, that Urchin dies in 2 turns time. That's really good. I could use Slashing Daggers here, and I want to use Slashing Daggers here. So I'm going to use Slashing Daggers here, so now it doesn't even get a first turn. Just in case it was going to use an attack ability. Usually they use a setup ability first, but, you know, I'll give them the chance to surprise me. Let me get rid of the blindness of our leper. They get struck, and now they have the immediate ability to respond. I've not ever used Revenge 2 times in a fight, and I'm not going to have, you know, 4 turns between the turns that I can use Revenge in this fight. but I should keep that in mind for future fights, just in case. Take out this Lost Soul with a straight up 11.
Hindrance.
Time to start eating these corpses. Raucous Revelry for some more stress reduction.
Bafflement and vexation.
I'm so glad they didn't manage to move that target, because at least... I'm gonna use Reflection again. I really wanted to follow up directly and immediately myself.
Strength dwindles.
That's about the least stress I think I could have gotten away from that
The
on.
past is gone. Let it die.
So Eloise, your mission is killing both fisherfolk and swine. Yeah, I've not even seen any fisherfolk or swine. I'm just not completing a lot of hero goals over the course of this one. Alas. The burning pyre. I mean, Abatoth, you already have a negative relationship with one of these people. I really wish if you formed a negative relationship with someone, or even a positive relationship with someone, it would move you back towards the average after forming that relationship. Yup. We got a critical stress heal on, sorry, critical health heal on Dialer. Unfortunately, no stress involved. Throw flashing daggers. It doesn't manage to hit anyone, and it doesn't manage to give stealth to me. How dare. Oh man, my whole team's blind constantly. Stop doing that. Let's roll Withstand Plus, because there's definitely more damage coming out of these enemies. Oh, nice. I at least want one of the enemies not to get a second turn, right? Ideally.
Malaise. Measured and steady.
Just gonna remove that blindness again. Funerary Pyre. Gain yourself some health back. Unfortunately, denies me my Dead of Night target as well. Throwing Dagger, not really pulling down the damage I was hoping it would. Infernal Taskmaster does hit a lot of us for a small amount of bleed. Beautiful. Okay, by killing that target before it gets another turn,
Cleared with impunity.
not only did we have the possibility of forming positive relationships there, which we did, we also set up the ability to Dead of Night a corpse for some stress recovery and a little bit of healing before the final enemy bleeds to
The
death.
smallest variable can make all the difference. Scavenge what you can, and be off once more.
Unfortunately, Disneymer is reasonably stressed coming out of that fight. I'd like to change it, but... Oh, if it bleeds 3 times in a single fight, I did it! I did it, Emma! You proud of me? Whee! Hero Shrine, if I recall correctly, is the one I wanted. Yes, of course. That's the hospital deeply thereafter.
A rare
Let's do it.
opportunity. Let us advance unimpeded.
Does that mean that this road doesn't have anything on it? It does indeed. A safe route. Love to see those. Oh! Got more milk-soaked linens. Love them. Get a bandage and some anti-venom.
Onward, while there is still time.
Anti-venom's probably significantly less impactful than ablative power does for preventing burn. Alright. Disneymere. What happened after that? I could not say if it was madness, revenge, or naked ambition.
Chapter 4. Failing grade.
Immediate meltdown.
Success. Vindication. The human machine restored to action.
The reanimated professor. They gained 1 bleed by attacking us there. Okay. Restrain prevents them from moving. Stitch deals 1 stress to the self. It heals the enemy and removes their bleed. And then the final is Miraculous Surgery. It requires the target being locked down, but then I give myself -10 stress and I heal the target significantly. So I'll start by restraining them. They resist the restraints. And they wail in response. Oh, their debuff resistance is 100%. I'm not capable of restraining them. I should still probably try and roll it, because these mechanics, these battles do have hidden mechanics. It's entirely possible one of the hidden mechanics is that if I use it enough times, it lowers their debuff resist or something like that. I don't know. I'm gonna Stitch to heal the professor as well as try and remove their bleed. Unfortunately, it increased their bleed. They wail at us. Let me heal you. Unfortunately, I have bled you more. Stab. Ah, here we go. If I can't live, you can't either.
The shrieking and wailing was horrible. But the silence that followed is even worse.
Cause of death from any of our front 3 rows to any of the 3 enemy rows in the front as well. Damage is variable on the target. It has a cooldown of 2. On target, it deals 75% of the remaining DOTs that they have on them as damage and then removes those DOTs.
The loathing
I
festers.
seldom think of a situation where that's going to be, like, wanted, really. The upgrade version of it does 100% of that damage and also sets up combo. I guess in a situation where, like, you've got, like, a huge blight or a bleed on a target from something like maybe bleed out and it's crit, so it's done... what are we? 6, and it's for 5 rounds, so it's 30 damage. I can see that. Maybe? It just doesn't seem especially good to me.
An elementary problem, is it not?
Absolutely.
In the roadway. There is a barricade ahead.
An elementary problem, is it not? Another road battle for us? I think we're on track to have fewer than 6 road battles, hopefully. guess I'm gonna YORP at their frontliners. Reduce their damage output.
The fiend's strength dwindles.
Flashing daggers to try and set up some foreclosure as well as some stealth. Great, that lost soul is going to die to their own bleed. That's what we want to see. Shot the frontliner for a huge amount of damage. Oh, I get to act again! Yay! I guess I'll finish off the one that is stronger.
A petty hindrance.
Solid fight.
Cut down these nightmares and blaze the trail to your redemption.
No real stress recovery, but no real stress gain either. That'll have to be good enough for the moment. Yeah, inventory's full again. Gonna get rid of the shrine map. Not gonna be relevant anymore. I'm not gonna put that in before we go to the mountain. Let's say I've chosen for this horrifying quest, says Disneymer.
Joints ache and muscles burn. The body requires attention.
I want to get rid of Hammock Rot, and I also want to get rid of... Tuck It Out doesn't matter as much. Misses the Mark matters.
Even the worst habits can be overcome.
Bum Leg and Blundering both matter.
We need not be defined by our shortcomings.
And then I believe Disease Removal, yeah. I have enough left to do that. Great. I feel so much better with that done, actually. Ridiculously so. Oh, we can actually breathe!
Centuries of human learning and achievement ruined by riotous contempt.
Now I could go to a Hoarder. Afterwards there's a cache. I could even then duck back into an Oblivion's Ingress and another Hoarder. Giving me the ability to see 2 Hoarders, possibility of finding much nicer relics. I can afford the relics as well, courtesy of the Trinket that we have. Trinket, sorry, the trophy that we have.
Has borne fruit.
Unfortunately, this is, I believe, my 4th road battle now. I think I'm guaranteed another one before the end of the path. I'm so glad to have an Iron Swan that I can actually afford to throw.
Let us hope to finish this quickly. Well done.
Extremely good crit there, buddy. I'm just gonna move dialer forwards manually there.
But deadly all the same.
One stress recovery right now, that just doesn't seem useful. Use toe-to-toe to force the enemies to attack me. That is Avatoth, rather, in the front line. Throw some flashing daggers so that I can bypass this guard. Yeah. That's all completely fine.
And apply it judiciously.
Didn't manage to strike the enemy, but I did manage to lose my blindness, which matters. I'm gonna use Raucous Revelry to remove the horror from myself, as well as drop a stress off of Paracelsus, excuse me. I've been so good at that so far, I've barely screwed up. Anyway, I killed their backliner onto her guard. Of course, it's not Paracelsus, it's Disneymere who gets this crit. Solid wee bit of reflection here, just seems like it might be useful. Eloise, what if you put that guy on death's door? Give him a death's door trigger. A little bit more stress to the party, unfortunately, again.
The
Alas.
unrelenting application of violence yields morbid gains.
The unrelenting application of violence yields mortal gains. That's not even slightly close to his voice. I've done it better before. Thank you, Dyla, for sharing your story with Disneymere.
He chatters incoherently, but his prices remain fixed.
Oh, I'm over encumbered here already, apparently. Early experiment. It's the opposite of what I'm currently using, unfortunately. Yeah, definitely not going to be taking that. It's extra blight dealt if we have a noxious item equipped, and also disorienting blast deals blight. His rings. Nope. Greater clotting crew. No, I don't think I need that. A luxury gear, random hero after each location loses stress. I'd like that, but I don't think it will actually help us that much. There's the simple flower again, which, you know, not great. Greater Gilded Mind. If it wanted, I don't think I want any of these. And not only do I not think I want any of these, I don't want the Sharpness Trinket, or the Stone Mount, or the Unwavering Standard, or the Bloody Branch. I want a bunch of Candles of Hope, and possibly to kill the final boss. You know, if that's on offer, it'd be nice.
Supplies this way, if you can make it.
Another Oblivion tear. I don't believe this path ends up giving... No, it doesn't. Unless this question mark is an Oblivion. In which case, yeah, it'll give me overload of...
Karma abhors waste. Best to take all you can.
Oblivion, unfortunately. Griddle, nope, not gonna have time to use that. Laden Lantern, not gonna have time to use that either. I don't see myself using the plus 100% damage, but lower damage for the rest. That just seems like a really good way to lose these final fights that are going to take longer. I don't think I need the extra HP. I think Dyla does need to be dealing damage. Whether or not I think I can use Cruel Intent, though, I feel like that's a later question. Let's get rid of some anti-venom, because I already have a lot. It's old to have a lot of anti-venom when it's not used as much.
At least it should be.
It is an easy choice. One of them clears loathing. The other one gives me loathing and forces it to overload us. I think this is our 6th road battle, maybe. Don't think that's... Alas. Iron Swan the crack shot in the back line, who responds with a front mortar, does manage to rotate our squad a little bit. I'm just gonna... What? I'm gonna fail to confirm the kill on the back line, huh? doing almost minimum damage, despite an 85% chance to crit. In order to make sure they don't get another turn, I'm gonna have to throw a blade grenade back there. Setting up combo and then immediately executing that combo is rude. Not a kind thing to do to me. Let's have the level withstand in the front line. I mean, if you're gonna be there, might as well.
Lethality writ large.
I'm just gonna confirm a kill.
A righteous action.
I'd rather that target not exist on board anymore, actually, if possible. Offer reflection, remove that blindness as well as 2 stress.
Agony by accumulation.
Nice. So the fact that I actually did manage to get bled there has given me the ability now to use Raucous Revelry for -2 stress. We take out the pup. Unfortunately, we use Dead of Night to take out one of the corpses for some stress recovery as well. Yes, but my frontliner goes thunk. One more Dead of Night for a little bit more stress recovery again. Oh man, I'd love if I could use Raucous Revelry again. Alas, without the ability to do that, I'm just going to move forward, setting up for a battlefield medicine.
Be walked alone.
I'm going to roll Reflection here for 1 stress recovery, looking for the possibility, nice, to use Raucous Revelry at the start of the next turn for another 2 stress recovery right before I kill the enemy. With a Poison Dart.
Straightforward.
Nice.
And
We
effective.
get a positive relationship trigger there, as well as a stress recovery from the
Scavenge
crit
what you can
incision.
and be off once more.
Critically incisive. Tyler immediately asks if we're going to make it. I think so. The flame exhausted. Oh. Yeah, I didn't think about this. So they shuffled our party. They could have shuffled it a lot worse, thankfully. I'm going to elect to use toe-to-toe to move forward, as well as taunt. If the Hellion starts her turn bleeding, she'll get more stress, so I'm going to use bandages to clear that. Go for a flashing dagger here, despite missing due to my blindness. Consistently bleeding the Deacon would be great, but I know that these cherubs are going to absolutely destroy me. They're just going to keep healing the Deacon and make everything a nightmare. So if I don't deal with them first, I'm effectively making a plan not to deal. Which I don't think is ideal. Because it's a plan not to. I'm going to use Withstand here, try and draw some fire on the Leper. Who's more than comfortable removing their own debuffs. I'm going to use Revenge here, getting rid of my strength debuffs. We didn't even pick up the vulnerability there, and in avoiding the vulnerability, we get to keep our block plus token. Love to see that. Definitely makes sense to use if it bleeds here on the cherub.
brilliant conclusion.
Unfortunately, that cherub was not yet dead to its blight. Bad numbers.
Anxiety for men's
Sundering
insidious
Steel
fears.
has come through. And now with a single milk-soaked linen, I have set up Dialer with the ability... Oh no! The enemy had combo on them! I didn't need to do that! 21. Use toe-to-toe to try and move forward again. Yeah, that's one of the expected outcomes there. Ooh.
A deliberate and methodical appliance of harm.
Time for some raucous revelry soon. Really want to take that target out.
Excellent work.
Unfortunately, the cherub is very healthy.
The fiend's strength dwindles.
I finally managed to get a blight on it. Unfortunately, it gets to live for an extra turn right now. So I have to waste a lot hitting it directly. When the world comes out, that's even more stress to our entire party. I'm gonna need as much time to get as much stress recovery here as is possible.
A miscalculation,
Well,
perhaps.
I mean, hey, if that failed, that's fine. Gives me the ability to follow up with the Dead of Night, and then with Battlefield Medicine. You know what? This is the only chance I have. I use Revenge for the second time in this fight. They Sundering Steel, giving even more stress, unfortunately, to my Hellion. Thankfully, she is capable of using Raucous Recovery again for some more stress recovery. We destroy another corpse for even more stress recovery. And then try to kill the enemy. Again, fail, get Sundering Steeled, and now Abatov is going to freak out. Ah, melts down. Now has a weak hold on life, decreasing their death blow resistance.
Fight through the fatigue.
Finally actually capable of taking a target on the field out.
Application of violence yields morbid gains.
Weak hold on life isn't great to have, obviously. Oh, and it's also a plus 15% chance to melt down. These negative relationships are really screwing with me. Specifically, the fact that they force me to choose my party based around them is... It's nightmarish. It's difficult to deal with. Sometimes I feel like 5 abilities aren't enough. What about 4? What about 3? Alright, they've all got their possible taunts. Don't love that. But I can use Iron Swan to help set up on taking out their altar. You actually managed to blind with that attack. So rude.
A master stroke.
I have to use battlefield medicine. I was trying to find every which way it was possible for me not to have to do that, because I want to leave my Hellion with extra damage. When the Hellion is on low HP, they just have extra damage by default. Yeah. Oh, never mind, I can't even use the Iron Swan. I will, however, quite gladly, barbarically Yorp to get some weakened targets on the enemy. Unfortunately, there's no weaken on the target that has the crit, which is going to make for a little bit of a nightmare here. We'll use Plague Grenade to try and start some damage on the back line, as well as to remove the token that is blocking me from being able to kill the altar. Nice. Let's get Revenge set up as well. Try and have the ability to deal some serious damage to these enemies. Pop a flashing dagger out there. Ooh, set up some solid combo. I'm gonna quickly use the medicinal herbs here to prevent a 7 bleed.
Intended to.
You also want to use battlefield medicine on our grave robber, who is currently stealthed and has 2 DOTs on them. Because they're stealthed, they don't have any reduction to the amount of healing they can receive. I mean, combo token on target. Dunk. Unfortunately, I gained another blindness after striking there. Rocket's Revelry. I'm gonna remove my blindness and hit the Evangelist. Thankfully, with toe-to-toe now, I can put that enemy on the ground. Definitely roll the battlefield medicine for healing on the front line. I know where these enemies target. Oh, right, never mind. It was guaranteed crit. It's okay. Managed to score the death blow on one of them. Clarion Call has come out with even more stress. Unfortunately, she's like guaranteed to melt down if anything happens here.
A brilliant conclusion.
Managed to crit right through the enemy's armor. Unfortunately, gained myself even more blindness for having done so. I do have more medicinal herbs in my inventory, which means I probably should have used this one already.
The enemy weakens and wanes.
Let's use bandages and then Dead of Night to claim the corpse, get some stress heal, get some heal. Do you really have to just focus on stressing her out? It'd be way cooler if you didn't. Absolutely raucous revelry. Makes no sense to do anything else. Use reflection for some more stress recovery here. And their frontliner goes on death's door, rolls out a crit, and then dies in response for it. Interestingly, I don't look like I took my bleed at the start of my turn with the extra action that I have from the Reverberating Redoubt. And I imagine the reason for that is because they don't want you to randomly be able to die to what would otherwise be good for you. So taking an extra turn causing you to suddenly die because you don't have enough health. I'd love to do more healing. There's just not that much more healing to happen in this fight, unfortunately. We've gotten some light back.
Though unpleasant in the extreme, this work is noble and necessary.
As well as a cultist trinket, allowing us to get additional burn prevention. So Disnamir, you hold the medicinal herbs. Dialer, you can put some of, well, hang on. Dialer, you can use some of the milk soaked linen. I've got so much milk soaked linen at this point that I think I should actually just start using it constantly. Eloise. Get the other combat item. Also, torches on 42? I don't think I need to change that. Reducing loathing's nice, especially because I'm about to get loathing, no matter which of these paths I go on. Right, 6 or less road battles. So as long as this is not a road battle towards the Hoarder, we're fine. And going towards the Hoarder here does give me one last opportunity. I guess, you know, before the next inn, but one last opportunity outside of normal opportunities, such as inns, to gain some additional trinkets. There's the Bloody Branch again. Ready to bounce his belt. Hellion! Oh. Rotten Tomato. So this is similar to something that was thrown at her. If in rank 1, negative 20% to disease resist. If in rank 2, however, plus 30% damage. Apply on hit with breakthrough skills, combo, and add a negative token. That seems really good. Can't use it at all, not even slightly. There's the simple flower again. Extra healing given, greater protectorate. I mean, yeah, I'm probably not going to take a bunch of trinkets and baubles to the final area, so the celebrated chalice could eventually give way to that heal. The only problem is that's a heal that I can only use 3 times in the fight. And then as soon as it's gone, so am I. We'll throw out one last stack of anti-venom here. I don't see myself using any of these trinkets anymore. I could start thinking about trying to fix our relationships with Whiskey Flask and Calming Poultice. Gain on move resist, gain on stun resist. I just can't be certain that either of those is going to matter worth a damn. Extra healing given doesn't really make sense when I'm inconsistently healing. I mean, I do have pretty good relics in pretty much every slot. I'm going to take the extra healing given.
And baubles, paid for in blood.
And we'll see whether or not I end up regretting
Loathing
that.
festers.
Unfortunately, the loathing festers in response. So we've got one road battle here before our final locations. Here's the road battle. Elite enemies. 20% extra damage, 20% extra max HP, and 1+ to their speed. Oh, a double foreclosure, baby. I'm going to open this fight with a Raucous Revelry for some stress recovery, noting that it will get it on cooldown. Try and slice open this lost soul in the enemy's front line. Oh my god, they even hit my leper! In doing so, dealing some damage to themselves, which I think means they are now low enough health to...
And vexation.
They are not low enough health to die to now just that, unfortunately, and now I have to rectify the party positioning immediately. Rude. Use toe-to-toe to guarantee that that frontline target does die. Yes, Song of Shadows. Ignores dodge when target is named currently stealth. Ignores dodge when named currently stealth. Yes. Good lord, so much stun. I'm gonna roll Withstand, noting that I do have another move immediately afterwards. And I'll use that to ignore my blindness and take out the enemy.
Steady yourself.
I really hope that you can only use that
Let us take
against...
a closer look at the thing, as repulsive as it is.
Oh, never mind. The Hellion also had Taunt. So never mind, that's a legal action. Everything's okay. However, I have seen things slightly weird with that before. Pop a Raucous Revelry here for some more stress recovery. Heal an ally. Pop a Reflection. Yes, this is ideal. They skulk backwards. I can recover a little bit more stress on our... Hellion there. Sorry, Leper there. Some emboldening vapors to our Hellion. Dead of Night again, more stress recovery. I would love to get to another round and be able to use Raucous Revelry at the start of the next round because of my increased speed. Unfortunately, I can't see many ways that I can do this without risking the Urchin. Well, I mean, you can only use Haunting Melody from the back line. From the front line, they are capable of using Skulking Step and trying to move backwards. Okay, maybe. I'm gonna yell at you. Oh, that actually stunned him. Right, of course, because they had a combo target on. Yes. I recall. This makes sense. Withstand once more. And then our Hellion does act at the start of the next round. Raucous Revelry for 2 stress recovery. I'll throw a Poison Dart, see if I can get you all poisoned. I don't think there's anything I can do here other than try and kill and see if that gives me any benefit. Super effective shutting of the door, or turning of the light off before we shut the door. Very, very pleased with that. Quite happy. Again? How? I need to keep a closer eye on my flame. I just didn't think it was draining anywhere near fast enough for this to happen. It's a bummer, because it gives us a lot of stress every time. This guy can use a ability against our backline. It's the first trumpet, rather. Hits both of our backliners and stresses them out, as well as tries to bleed them. So I'm going to give the ablative powders to Paracelsus, to Disneymer here. So if they resist being burnt, and they are much more likely to resist being burnt, they will lower their own stress. Super neat. Iron Swan, but unfortunately I missed due to blindness from low light. Ultra of Obsession goes up, and Flesh Weaving on the frontliner. Okay, so they're going to be taunting consistently as well, annoyingly. Unfortunately, we're now in the period where, I mean, I would love to roll Ounce of Prevention. You know what? I have to.
In crisis, we can rely only upon each other.
Let's get the leopard to withstand here. Someone's going to need to take all of these Sundering Steels. Instead, it's a Clarion Call. They remove... Oh, Clarion Call removes all of my positive buffs? Excuse me?
There is beauty in our imperfections.
I really wish it would tell you more, not just where it happens. Because, like, Clarion Call clearly must remove my tokens. Otherwise, Dialer would still have tokens right now. Negative 50% damage taken. I really do need to just be able to stand here and take damage. I'm gonna make my debuff charts lower. Pop out another ablative for the back line. Gotta use this ability if I want to be able to actually hit the enemy's backliners at all with the upcoming Plague Grenades. That said, I think I might want to front load a Battlefield Medicine.
This road cannot be walked alone. A breakthrough.
Pop Revenge as well. Try and get the leopard to actually fight. Yeah. Oh. Regen on this for 30 HP. I thought I had damage reach, but I don't when all of my abilities are locked and I don't get to change them anymore. I kinda want to Yorp at their Deacon. So I will. Try and weaken you significantly so your Sundering Steels do less.
That gazes back so intently from the abyss.
I crit that target. Unfortunately, they heal 10 as soon as their turn starts, and then they heal the frontliner. And move backwards!
Anxiety for men's insidious fears.
I want to kill them so bad, but I can't do it. I actually managed to connect some blight on both targets.
And steady.
That was more than I thought I was going to be able to. 12 to 23, and we hit for 19. Lovely. Exaltation hits our front line and makes Abattoth stress out again, who also has increased meltdown chance, so I would be very surprised if they didn't melt down. True to form, they melted down and everyone hates them.
The mind's grasp grows tenuous.
Yeah, I don't love how much healing the altar can give out. It's a lot. The word "a lot" here means too much. Get a little bit more blight on them. Unfortunately, it's still not going to be possible for a really long time to kill them. Let's use... Break on the Deacon. Still get to do some damage to him. Oh, thank God it wasn't another... another regen buff. The Deacon has taken no damage this entire time. I can't use Blade Grenade because the enemy front line is just there. Yeah, sure. I'll use the heal. I mean, honestly, it probably forced me to do the responsible thing. Split some damage here. I can finally Iron Swan the backline for 30 damage. I really hope that unit's dead. 12 to 23, we managed here for the 23. The altar, don't heal, don't heal, don't heal, don't heal, don't! God damn it! Ah! Oh, Hellions got a DOT on them as well as that giant hit they just took. Are they gonna die at the start of their turn? No, they're not, courtesy of Disneymir's heal here. Just gonna use Raucous Revelry, because nothing else I do is gonna do anything on that character right now. Got rid of some tokens on the enemy. Just gonna have to get Dialer to withstand and draw some attention on themselves here to try and save us. The constant taunt on the front line and extra tokens on the back line as well as their healing. I don't know if I can get out of this fight without like some luck. They have full recovery. I'm almost doing nothing. I'm gonna throw a Plague Grenade at their back. Oh! Oh! It actually does manage to blight. Die! Really? The fact that that unit is not dead, that I rolled so little damage that it didn't die instantly, now means that it will regen before it takes its blight. So it's alive for at least 2 more turns. Yikes. I'm going to use Reflection here for some stress recovery, as well as a removal of 2 blindness tokens. The altar doesn't elect to heal the backline. Oh, God.
Once again, teetering on that terrible precipice.
Uh-huh. Habitoth melts down again. The one positive relationship trigger that she's had immediately disappears. Oh man, I would love to use like anything else. Ounce of prevention.
Collaboration confers advantage.
I have to throw two targets there. I mean, Herald's dead. Ooh, Raucous Revelry, and we managed to crit on the heal. That's valuable. Pop a revenge for more damage on our leper. Gosh knows they'll need it. Don't you dare heal backwards. They didn't. They healed the deacon instead. Thank heck. Never mind. Oh, they're finally using the ability that I prepared for ages ago. I am currently living a nightmare.
What is it, then, that gazes back so intently from the abyss?
Love to try and get rid of those dodge tokens.
Mistimed. Misdirected.
Awash in turmoil. Sadly, some casualties.
This is no longer possible. I'll do everything I can, but this is no longer possible.
The enemy weakens and wanes.
God, this is nightmarish. Reflection. Stress recovery. Try and get further away from death's door. Well, the stress's door, rather. Yes, yes, yes. There's the worship for a huge amount of HP. There's the flesh as well. Now I finally can kill the altar.
A righteous action.
The second worst target that I have to deal with. Thunk. 23. I gotta say, the leper is really holding down the fort here. Okay, yeah, so the leper's gonna melt down. Dialer. The resolve is tested and you melt down. That makes sense. Lose some health. Worse relationships with everyone on field at the moment. We'll save one of our characters from dying to the DOTs, or rather being put on death's door by the DOTs. I'll claim a corpse in order to gain some additional HP. Thunk the enemy frontliner target, 6 to 12. We managed to do our 11. They get worshipped, 14 more HP again. They gain another dodge token. They gain another worship token for themselves. They stress out our frontliner, Sundering Steel. Makes our Plague Doctor, Disnamir, melt down. I've not had a resolute check in, I feel like, maybe 3 runs now? Let's throw some flashing daggers here. Hell yeah. Give myself the ability to be defended at the end of the turn as well. Yeah, I can't project damage to line 3, baby. So I'm just gonna work on trying to take out the Deacon in time.
Measured and steady.
You look for your outs and then you play towards them. And if you don't have any outs, you look for the most ridiculous thing that could possibly be one. Five to 7 on the damage range. I needed it to do 1 more damage to put the enemy on death's door. Unfortunately, I need to throw another attack in because of that. There goes the Deacon. Now, do I also lose the rest of my team? Dead of Night claims a corpse, gives us some stress recovery. will incise the enemy, and then chop them, failing to kill. They use disharmony, which doesn't actually really manage to do anything there.
A petty hindrance. In life or in death, we are all prisoners here.
I don't get back both of the trinkets that are on the Hellions corpse.
The loathing whispers.
Oh no, I did? Wait, what? It just didn't show me that it was gonna give both? That's really strange. A line 2 Plague Doctor. Oh god, a line 2 Plague Doctor can't use Battlefield Medicine, which means I can't run it like that. Which means I'm running a line 2 Grave Robber. Maybe a dodge tank Grave Robber. You should probably have the Invigorating Intoxicant. Still equip skills. Oh yeah! Now we can equip skills. Sick. Let's give you your other heal now. Sure, I guess cause of death. Possibility of bleeding a target out ridiculously and then using cause of death, maybe? Alright. Oh, there's another fight? Never mind, we're dead. Yeah. Kinda wish that last fight killed us.
Parody of human outline. It must be destroyed.
Interesting. There's an altar in the back line, and the Exemplar. Huge unit here, has 2 actions per round, is going to get to use both of those actions before I next get to act. Yeah. I may as well,
Nothing can survive
not
such a
really
wholesale
bother
organic
trying to do
failure.
anything right now. It's statistically not possible at this point. I will still do all of the remaining normal actions that a human might. Yes, very much can't target anyone else. Cool. 7 damage to that target, they heal 10 immediately thereafter. They use Rapturous Breath in order to get what probably would have been a significant amount of stress against our party, as well as some vulnerability against Grave Robber. Pillar of Sacrifice destroys the altar in order to give 2 worship, as well as some riposte triggers. And now they riposte for a ridiculous amount of damage.
Once again, teetering on that
Exaltation for a
terrible
stupid amount of damage. You can summon units?! Just kill me. Just kill me.
given their lives.
Take me. Take my life. Please. There we go. One more.
Unforeseen
One more. Here you go. Eloise's Resolver's test. Yeah, that doesn't count. It doesn't count. Doing it this late? No way the damn. A prelude in setting up a combo on the target. The enemy decides to attack a corpse. And then the fall after the prelude. executing on that combo quite clearly. Rapturous beauty. Oh, hang on, I'm out of position to do anything, so I'll try and move one space backwards. That's why they were killing the corpse there, so that I wouldn't have the ability to use it anymore. Ah, quite clever. Pillar of Sacrifice.
A petty hindrance.
Excellent. Good to see, good to see.
She fades into the shadows for the last time. Knowledge and experience. Twin yardsticks of progress.
I can't help but notice that the one damage that kept the enemy cultist, acolyte, I think their name might have been, alive 2 times, I believe, in the battle that claimed our first character in Abattoth. If that hadn't happened, we would currently be ending the episode and heading towards a mountain. Alas, instead of that, we are going to be celebrating the fact that we did get a couple of our hero goals complete. We got a decent amount of candles actually carried in the wagon itself. We cleared a lair, rather. We completed enough regions in order to get another 20 candles. This is a lot of candles. This is a decent amount. It's going to make a significant difference at the start of the next run. That said, this episode is already a little long in the tooth. So I think...
Forward now into Oblivion's inky embrace.
I think that for the next run, I'm going to start by purchasing some things from the Altar of Hope. And in purchasing some things from the Altar of Hope, I will have things that appear immediately at the start of my next run. And then I'm going to try and craft my team around utilizing the trinkets that we've gotten access to. But until then... My name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Darkest Dungeon 2. We unlocked a bunch of stuff at Hero Shrines. I can't be too sad about how this one's gone down, just the way it went down. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. There's a playlist up in the top left, YouTube recommendation down below, and stream past the names of the people who generously supporting your public on patreon.com/plays. I'd rather thank Dan, as well as thanks this episode to Disney Mia. Hopefully you'll